Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Bug Program, where we're having some physics issues, but we should be able to at least fake satisfy a lot of these contracts with this particular thing. And also, my self-described best subscriber has requested a shout-out, so thanks for watching, Jan. I assume that's how that's pronounced. Sorry if I completely butchered that. However, this is pretty much ready to go. We only need to double check the staging. So let's check that here. Yep, that seems fine. And I need to have OBS. That helps. Okay, so then this is not what we want to detach first. That is exciting. These are a much better thing to detach first. Okay, so our side boosters detach. And then that does not fire. No. This guy would fire. Nose cones detaching then is not a great idea. I'm going to go ahead and put the nose cones in this stage here. And then, so that detaches. When does this detach? Oh, right there. Okay. So our center core needs to detach here. And then our maneuvering stage fires. Our nose cones can detach kind of manually whenever we want them to. That's fine. And then once those detach, our maneuvering stage would detach. This is... What's going on here? Something's not quite right. We actually don't need that decoupler, do we? No, we don't. So let's get rid of this decoupler. Place that right here. We need our fuel tanks going in here. Okay. So let's try this again. Those three main engines fire. The side cores detach. The center core detaches. Maneuvering stage fires. Maneuvering stage detaches. Landing stage fires. Nose cones can come off pretty much at their leisure. Landing stage then detaches, and that's when our heat shield is exposed. That's perfect. Then, after that, we need our drogue chutes to fire, which would, of course, be these ones. Perfect. And then after our drogue chutes, then our regular chutes. Hopefully this is enough parachute to get this down. We only need to bring back how much ore? 450. Okay. Now we're bringing this much ore tank so that we can satisfy this requirement here. And also, we'll be able to reuse it for this, so that's fine. We need to land our ore on Kerbin there, whereas here we only need to put our ore in orbit, but we're going to land it. So, I think we're ready to go. But at this point, I'm going to call the moon base, or rather the Minmus base, done. We've got everything we need there. We can refuel, we can have Kerbals stay there, we can swap around Kerbals. That's pretty much good to go. As far as the SSTM goes, single stage to Minmus, I mean, I'm kind of walking away from that concept, I think. It's a fun concept, but with the amount of bugs that we've got going on with the physics, I don't feel like it's really worthwhile right now. So instead, we're just going to clean up these contracts and probably call it a day on this series. So we'll go ahead and launch this. And as far as what is following this series, I haven't given that a whole lot of thought yet, because I wasn't planning for this series to end quite yet. I mean, it's still not going to end for a few more episodes, for sure. Like, probably at least 10 to 15 more, I would think. But, As far as what's going to follow this, I've got a few ideas of things I'd like to do. I would like to do perhaps a Rogue Tech playthrough of Battletech. I've been thinking about an Ethiopia Through the Ages playthrough, a essentially Paradox mega campaign. That's something I'd like to do before CK3 comes out. And then beyond that, of course, MechWarrior 5 Mercs. Unfortunately, it is Epic exclusive. And with that in mind, that means that it's going to be another year after it comes out before I play it. Just because I don't particularly care for the Epic Store. Nothing against people who use it, I just don't particularly care for it. So with that in mind, there are a few things that I have planned, but we'll see which of them end up actually being what follows here. Our apoapsis is currently approaching 30 kilometers. And I'm going to go ahead and throttle this back up to full, now that we're through the thickest portion of the atmosphere. Apoapsis is at 50. I'm going to try a gravity turn, see if we can pull it off. Oh, this is feeling okay. Yeah, this is feeling okay indeed. I'm going to hold here. Get rid of the side cores. Our apoapsis is already plenty high, so I'm just heading straight for the horizon. Time to apoapsis is currently decreasing, or it did there, so I'm gonna just hold here and burn until it goes to 310. Okay. We're gonna try burning again at, well, actually, we've got plenty of time, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do a maneuver node here. How far out is that? Too far. Okay. Something along the lines of this will do. So this is going to be a 1 minute, 28 second burn. And this is going to be a pretty efficient launch, actually, all things considered. I didn't put power or cooling on this. I just realized that. However... No, I have to revert this. We need some level of power. I was going to argue that the idea is that it hooked into the base power and use infinite power, but actually we need a little bit of power to even get there. And we'll need some cooling too, so I just didn't even think about that. So we'll go ahead and put a Gigantor, a pair of them, right here. We might want to have a little bit extra battery. And I think I'm going to store those right under the parachute. That's not quite what I'm looking for. That'll do as far as battery power goes. And then as far as cooling goes, we are going to need some radiator panels. And I am thinking that maybe we go for a thermal control system setup, kind of like this. That would hopefully be enough. Okay, let's take this up. It's a good thing I remembered before circularization. That's for sure. So, we can definitely throttle it down a little bit through the bottom portion of the atmosphere. That's for sure. So I'm going to run it at about 2/3 thrust. Yeah, that's fine. And then the question is, exactly how much longer is this series going to be going? Well, we're going to be able to satisfy 1, 2 of our contracts, right? Yeah, this is going to be 2 of our contracts satisfied with this launch. And then another launch of this same craft here. So that would be a 3rd. And then the green sandstone, we'd have to go get one of our pilots and bring them back. That would be doable, because we would then need to go grab a green sandstone. And then we would need to rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit of Kerbin, that's easy enough, and a satellite in equatorial orbit of the moon, that's easy enough as well. So we're looking at something like 4 to 5 more launches. And if they manage to get the physics issue fixed by the time that happens, every time I do a new session, I will go check before I start recording. If they manage to get the physics issues fixed, then we'll probably go back to the original plan. But for right now, this is the plan. I'm going to go ahead and throttle up to full. Our apoapsis is plenty high. I'm going to head over to the horizon for right now. Okay, we need to stabilize. Stop the roll. Oh boy, we're tumbling. Oh, no. We're okay. Stabilize. Stabilize. Okay. That was a little bit inefficient and dicey, to be sure. Time to apoapsis is not decreasing. That's okay. We're just going to hold here. Get a little bit of roll in. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the throttle since our apoapsis is actually high enough. Just over 100 kilometers. And once we get there, then we'll circularize. Now that we actually can do that. Tends to help. Bit more like... this-ish. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, we'll head to the maneuver node. This is going to be a burn time of 1 minute, 43 seconds. And this is going to be a very long time to get to the maneuver node. So that's exciting. I'm actually going to go ahead and throttle up to give ourselves a little bit of authority here. In fact, let's just burn. Okay. Now that we're here, now we can wait a little bit. Because we want to burn this at... right now, pretty much, actually. This is about the right time. I'm going to go ahead and deploy the Gigantors. Excellent. Oh, we have to burn a fair amount of maneuver stage. I did not expect that. But I suppose that's because we didn't detach our side tanks for a long time because we were having stability issues. But this is fine. We've got plenty of Delta V to do this. So I'm going to land this near our other components so that we could have feasibly hooked them up. Because that's the idea here. Still have a little ways to go on this circularization. But very soon now. Right about... now-ish. There we go. Now we're officially in orbit, and we are leaving the atmosphere for the periapsis now. Okay, that's good enough. So we are setting our target on the moon. Ascending node isn't too bad. Okay, so we'll just head over here. That is not when we want to do that. There we go, there's an encounter. How's that look? It's a bit far out. We'll just tweak that a little bit. Ooh. That is interesting. Just burn like this a little. Fix our inclination on the way. That's a little over-fixed, which is just not fixed at all. There we go. That's better on the old inclination front. Now let's just bring it in. Perfect. Okay. So we will just slowly rotate our way over towards that. I'm going to quick save, but also physics warp as we turn. Make that go 4 times faster, because that is going to be a very slow process, to be sure. 1 minute and 40-second burn, so we want to start this at T-minus 50. Gonna go ahead and warp to next maneuver, which will be... not there. Oh, come on. There we go. Warp to next maneuver. So at T-minus 50 seconds, we will go ahead and commence this burn. And we've missed a little bit on our angling here, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and physics warp as we turn towards that. Okay, and now I'm going to regular warp towards T-minus 50 seconds. And let's commence this burn. Excellent. Off we go to the moon. This is going to burn the majority of our maneuvering stage, but we have more fuel than normal since we're not using a sky crane style landing, so that's good. I do hope this is going to have thrust to weight over moon. I didn't even check that. I guess we'll find out. I mean, I guess I just assumed all of this was empty, and so wouldn't weigh very much. Obviously, it's not going to have thrust to weight over Kerbal, but we'll see, I guess. Okay, well, it is pretty much time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Subscribe for more, and next episode we're going to continue cleaning up these contracts. This is the end of my recording session for today, so hopefully in the next couple of days they are going to fix the issues that I've been having. Fingers crossed. I'll be checking that before I start recording again, and I will keep you guys posted on the state of our base bouncing. However, for right now, I'm going to go ahead and put that cut in, and next episode, we're going to be landing this guy on the moon and finishing a few of our contracts. See you all then.